Hello everybody, welcome back to Crit Couch. I'm Michael.
I'm Skylar.
And I'm trying to remember which screen this stupid tree is on that we gotta burn down to get down to level 8.
Oh, so you do need to commit arson. Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Okay.
I do, so we, like the last couple episodes, we had a lot of nice conversation kind of, but I wanted to get back,
tricky.
I want to get back to, this is actually pleasant on the eyes.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
I do want to get back to the point of the remixed style of mods or whatever, like,
like randomizers.
Yeah, so like Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, they have like, with the emulation scene, a lot of people have modified the games to allow for randomizers, and there's those play into like the speedrunner communities and stuff like that. So just to kind of touch on that, because I do want to point out that they're out there, and even though those game types are not personally my cup of tea, going back to some of the stuff I said about oh, hello there, going back to some of like my personal game preferences, damn it, I don't find these games as entertaining when the tools that they give you are put out of sequence, because I don't always find the challenge that is presented to be even. But the flip side of that is exactly why people are drawn to that stuff in the first place. Like, they like.
What am I? Is that a mummy? What am I looking at?
Yeah, these are the things that in Ocarina of Time like grab you and screech.
We had a conversation. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate those things.
So I actually, let me check this, because it's not as, like, it's a good tool, because it does knock them back, even though, like, it doesn't do as much damage as you'd like. It knocks them back, and they'll keep walking into it because their AI is dumb. So that's fun. But yeah, like, I respect the fact that there are people who absolutely do like that, and they find fun and challenge in those different encounters and trying to sort through that. So, like, that's totally
a book. Don't they know we have iPads now? What was that?
It is a book. Yeah, but this was the thing I was talking about.
Did you finally find the Holy Bible?
We're now, like, when the magic spell turn. I don't think this is what the Holy Bible had in mind. Casting magic, like, it's... Oh,
yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, so now... And that fire will also have the same effect as the candle fire, I believe, in terms of lighting up.
Is it a Tosh? Is it a Tosh joke where he's talking about his, like, WWJD bracelet? Might have been Dane Cook. I don't even remember now.
So you have picked two people that are going to lose a lot.
Yeah. Everybody loves these guys, right? But it was a good joke nonetheless, where he's talking about, like, someone, like, talking during a movie or something, and he goes, he's like, and I didn't yell, I just looked down at my WWJD bracelet, I thought, what would Jesus do? So I set him on fire and sent him to hell. But so, like, is that basically like an optional item, or is that going to be something you need?
Nope. So one of the things about
this one little chomper is your
doom. And they move faster when they have fewer heads, and so, like,
getting them all at once is
bombs are a lot trickier to pull off as they move faster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kaboof.
So, right, my brain, like, totally dumped what you asked 30 seconds ago for a second there.
Asked how have your poops been lately?
That is not what you asked. You son of a bitch!
Did he knock you back into the...
No.
Oh.
The bomb holes are less...
You can't, like, tuck into them?
Yeah, you can't tuck into them, and so when I just got near enough to it that the game was like, oh, clearly you want to go in there, it just, like, totally fucking sent me off. God, this room sucks. So the tools in this game are not nearly as specific as later Zelda iterations made them.
Like a spinning top?
that was too specific. So like, I mean, for me, things like Link's Awakening and Ocarina of Time, I mean, I have a bias because those... Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Yeah. I have a bias because those were games that I grew up with. You know, those are the games that like mean the most to me a lot of times. But also, I like the tool interactions a lot more. In those games. God, I'm gonna have to do this room, and I have one bomb left.
Are they hard to fight otherwise?
You can only hit them from the sides or the back, and
oh, I see.
And they have a tendency to turn towards you to try and avoid that, and then you have to also dodge all this other nonsense. Now that there's only a couple of them, it won't be too hard. But
they look cool though.
Jesus. There we go. But so like in this game, the tools, there are kind of interesting interactions with some of the tools, but also they're not nearly as robust. You know, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but like in I think it was the last recording session, but things like the raft and the ladder, they have fairly minimal interactions with the game as far as tools go. Like the ladder pretty much only exists to move you across those like small little single tile gaps. The raft literally you use, I think, twice in the game.
Oh, okay.
One time is to get to level 4. One time is to get to level 4, and one time is to get the heart container that's like at one of the other raft docks. So unlike Link to the Past, where there were more interesting interactions between things, like using the magic powder in Link to the Past on the little slime dudes changes their form. The hammer would knock over certain enemies. So like just lots of different effects that you could experiment with. I mean, even down to the first boss in the Dark World, like you can break his mask off, and theoretically you're supposed to use the hammer, but you can also use bombs to do it. So, you know, if you're not comfortable getting close to him, you can get further away from him, and it's safer.
Like all the miners before you. You know what? I don't really want to chisel this anymore. Let's use a bomb. Oh, can you get him? Oh.
Nope. Come on, Gohma.
Am I a crab? Am I a spider? You decide.
Oh yeah, you need more. Fuck.
It's stronger, Gohma.
I mean, the blue enemies typically are stronger than the red enemies. That's always been their kind of gimmick. Fuck.
I think you shot him in the leg.
I shot him like in the little, like, the eye crust.
I just woke up. There's a lot of it.
Son of a bitch! It's giving me more. This is giving me more trouble than the room full of blue dark nuts.
Can you imagine how careful he has to be if his eye itches? I mean, those are some pretty sharp little points.
And the fact that, like, one poke just killed, like, well, I guess he, you know, his little brother.
You actually poke your eye wrong, you just fall over dead.
It's like you vanish in a puff of smoke.
Yeah. You hear that, people with contacts? Be careful.
He dies trying to put a contact lens in. Like, he goes to the optometrist. He's like, oh, I've had the worst case of eye strain lately. Can you do something in the You ever had the little, like, air puffs put in your eye for, like...
And that kills him?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. So, we had a bit of a technical hiccup. Oh, God, that was a bomb. That was my last bomb. Fuck.
Yeah.
We had a bit of a technical hiccup where,
audio
the audio decided to, like, the audio device decided to stop working, and then it stopped recording, so, hi again.
Yeah, just assume whatever jokes we were telling beforehand they ended hilariously.
Look, I was
mean,
pretty proud of like Gohma dying at the eye puff. So
Is that
you know,
about where we ended?
yeah, oh yeah, that was the glaucoma test just absolutely murders Gohma.
I didn't know if we like lost that or anyways, yeah. So we were able to pause the video pretty quickly, or like pause the gameplay pretty quickly once we realized what had happened. But yeah, just bear with us on that. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. So. Hello, Skulls.
I do not even remember what we were talking about. Oh, god damn it. So many dark nuts.
Yeah. Did you get enough? I mean, this is the last dungeon, right?
This is dungeon 8. There is technically a dungeon 9 because that's where Ganon is.
Okay. Spoilers. I'm kidding.
20-year-old game.
Does anybody want to know?
The series of which, like, almost every boss, has been some version of Ganon or Ganon's, like, angry fart spirit that floats around the Hyrule Castle.
Angry fart spirit.
I mean,
yeah, no, I'm with you. Does anybody want to know what my favorite Legend of Zelda game is?
Go for it.
It is Breath of the Wild. So.
Oh, that actually, I remember what we were talking about now. Go ahead.
Oh no, let's do that. That was my statement. So I don't need to qualify it. We'll leave it at that.
Well, so yeah, what we were talking about before all of that went down. Was the tools, right? Because you had asked, like, earlier you had asked me about like the magic book and like what that means, and actually I'm glad you kind of mentioned Breath of the Wild there, because it's an interesting segue where Breath of the Wild there was a keynote when they were like that happened after Breath of the Wild was released, and they showed part of what their design process was for it, and they actually built a kind of test realm that looked like the original Legend of Zelda. Like, it used the Link's fuck.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, it waits till level 8 to tell you about the weird bomb trick.
Wow.
But now we are kind of, well,
speaking of.
Yeah, we're kind of in a tricky situation here though, because we haven't found the map, and God, I hate this. These later levels are just brutal with having to bomb walls, and I do not natively remember them as well. Anyway, tools. So... Shit.
Is there a wall you can bomb in here?
Man, there are so many walls, like...
Get at it. Well, hey.
Yeah, and that's probably the boss room. Yep.
Hey, 1 for 1.
We did not, however, get the magic key, which is kind of an issue. Well, it's not really, because we've got 7 spare keys. But so the magic key.
That's the one that just opens everything.
Yeah, like you no longer have to worry about keys.
Now?
Yep, that is life cap. But so, actually, this is will be a little bit of a shorter episode here, because we were actually at about 15 minutes, and we just got this. So,
just a good place to call it.
Yeah, it'll be a good place to call it. That'll also give me a chance to not look at the internet for a map where the magic key might be, so that I don't just waste a million bombs roaming around for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
No,
at all.
I will. No, never. Not at all.
We're just gonna remember harder.
Yeah. I'm gonna like. Okay, sure, Moblin. You just walked over the fucking staircase.
What is it? We need the magic key.
Yeah. Next time on Crit Catch, we will have the magic key or get the magic key. One of the two.
Key
we'll see.
Location Zelda.
Skylar Googling, everybody.